Hello everyone out there, how's it going? Welcome back to my channel and to today's video. And I thought long and hard about what exactly I wanted to talk about in today's video, mostly because this is my last video of 2019. It's my last video of this decade of the 2010s, and I am definitely the kind of person who enjoys reflecting on how my year went at the end of the year. But also in this case, I've been thinking a lot about how my life has gone over the past decade, and I really just want to have a bit of a heart-to-heart with you all today and share with you 7 ways that you can change your life, because these are things that have quite literally changed my life. And so I hope that you take something from this video, even if it's just one small thing that I say. And let's get started. Number 1 is a principle that I live by and that I have lived by for many years, and that is listening to your gut or your intuition and doing what's right for you. The more that I have listened to my gut in different situations, the more it has strengthened and kind of reinforced in me just how powerful it is to do so, because of how it has changed my life. And as a result, I'm much better able now to identify that feeling of when something is right or not right, or when something feels, you know, like it's good for me to do or not. And I'm much better able to rely on it. Now, there's been a number of examples in my life where I've listened to my gut and it has been a very good thing. You know, studying holistic nutrition almost a decade ago. That's one small example. Well, actually, it's a pretty big example, because had I not done that, I wouldn't be where I am today. But I really listened to my gut in doing that. I was a little bit uncertain, but you know, it was a choice that I made career-wise. Another example that I want to share with you all that is, you know, very personal, but and I haven't talked much about really on my channel though, is a few years ago I ended my engagement. I was engaged a few years ago and really just got out of the wrong relationship, and that was such a turning point in my life because of what it taught me, what that experience taught me, and how it changed the trajectory of my life. I don't know where I would be today had I not made that decision or other kinds of decisions where I really needed to listen to my gut. And sometimes, you know, it's really hard to do. I've been there where we might have a lot of fear, or we might be experiencing a lot of guilt, or we might have outside voices, you know, people influencing us, telling us what to do. But what I want to say here is that nobody but you knows what's right for you. Number 2 is not giving up. Not giving up. This can be easier said than done, for sure, but in my own experiences, specifically with growing my business, even when it came to, you know, improving my gut health, when I was going through a lot of digestive troubles over the past few years, whatever it may be, whether it's a goal that you have, a health goal, a career goal, something that you want to do, achieve, you can't give up. You cannot give up. It's just not an option. It can't be an option if you want to get from where you are now to where you want to be. I have learned in my own experience that good things come from hard work, absolutely. Comes from time. Things take time, patience, persistence, but also not giving up in the face of adversity, or in the face of the challenges that inevitably present themselves along the way. That is often when we give up, is when we're like, I can't do this anymore, it's too hard, I'm not making enough progress, I'm not getting to where I want to be, it's going to take way too long, what does it even matter? You know, we tell ourselves those kinds of things and we give up. Because we try to fall back into a place of comfort and of ease, but then you don't get to where you want to be. And really, it's all about that persistence and not giving up that will change your life. Feeling the fear and doing it anyway. Another way I can word this is to just get started. Just start somehow, even if you have a lot of fear. Now, I definitely think it's important that you don't do things that you know you really don't want to do, or that are making you feel uncomfortable. It comes back to that gut feeling, of course. But a lot of times in life, we don't do things, we don't take opportunities, we don't face our fears, we don't move forward in whichever way because we're afraid, because we tell ourselves things that are ultimately not even true, whether it might be limiting beliefs that we have, that we're not good enough, we're not able to enough, we're not smart enough, we don't have the skills. I still to this day experience many a fear, indeed I do, even with putting myself out there in person. But online, yes, even as someone who makes YouTube videos, I definitely still experience fear from time to time. And with other things, fear of criticism, fear of backlash, fear of making a fool of myself, of messing up, of failure, of rejection, the list goes on. We all experience these things. But, in my experience, the problems arise when we stay stuck in those fears and we don't move ourselves forward because we are paralyzed by them. And again, in my own experience, when I have pushed through those fears, that is when we make the greatest strides in our life. That is when we start to experience this newfound level of confidence as a result of doing those things. Feeling the fear and doing it anyway is what's going to get you into that next level of life and experience, and it's going to make you, it's going to change your life. It's absolutely going to change your life. It's also a great book by Susan Jeffers, Feel the Fear and Do It Anyway. Highly recommend it. The next way to change your life here is to gain a little bit more financial awareness, even if it's just as simple as having a better understanding of how much money is going out, how much money is coming in, and just understanding that. And of course, doing your best to save a little bit. At the very least, even if we're able to just save, $10 every couple of weeks or every month. It may not seem like a lot, but a little bit is better than absolutely nothing. And having a little bit of a nest egg is going to change your life. There's a lot of different ways that we can save. I have a couple different methods that I use for saving. One of the ways, though, that I want to mention here, that's just an example of like a little thing that you can do, is I have my bank account set up so that every time I use my debit card, about I think $1 or $2 goes into my savings account automatically. I was able to pay off my debt back in 2018, and for those of you who might have that goal too, of paying off your debt and saving up more, you can get there. You're going to get there one step at a time. You'll get there. I came face to face with really trying to understand what success meant to me back in the summer. I really had to redefine it. I talked about this in my video on burnout. I had a bit of an awakening of sorts, and one of the aspects of that was redefining what success meant to me. Someone actually asked me this recently: what does success mean to you? And I think that it means something different for everybody. There's different ways that we can measure success, but from my experience, I really don't believe that success is having as much as possible, doing as much as possible, scaling to no end, whether it be career-wise, financially. The answer is that rarely is what truly brings people happiness, myself included. If anything, slowing down and doing what I'm capable of doing, and also asking myself, what do I really need to be happy? Define what success means to you, or perhaps redefine what it means to you, because a lot of times we're stuck in that wheel of going to the next thing, to the next thing, to the next thing. We get that thing, cool, we got it, now we want the next thing, and we're just not finding that level of fulfillment, satisfaction, and happiness that we're ultimately striving for. But we can find it when we slow down and we take a moment to really ask ourselves what we want. The next thing I want to talk about here is to nurture your relationships. In my life, I've not always been the best at, let's say, initiating get-togethers or being the best at making new friends or setting things up, making plans. I haven't always been the best at that. But this year in particular, 2019, I think part of it has been because I've been self-employed and working from home and spending a lot of my time alone. I've really felt the need and also realized the importance of reaching out. Of maybe reaching out to someone that you haven't talked to in a while, getting together with them, interacting with people. Just general social interaction and social connection is so important for our mental and emotional well-being. But also this could be something as simple as just letting someone you know that you love them and that you appreciate them. Spending some quality time with someone that you love, maybe your partner, maybe your kids, maybe your parents. I know it's not always easy to reach out or to take that initiative or to say the things that maybe we feel like we should say. But when we do it, we realize how good it feels and how it really enriches our life. And the last thing here that will change your life, that absolutely changed mine, especially when I think back to the early 2010s, technically the very end of 2009, simplifying my life. A little bit of minimalism absolutely can change our lives. Now, it changed my life personally, not only because I was able to do things like declutter and have a much tidier space, but because I found a new level of appreciation for the things that I already have. Okay, gratitude is really important here, and you definitely start to experience that more and more. But also just finding more contentment in my life through minimalism, through those lifestyle changes, through simplifying my life. Finding that contentment with the things that you have and not constantly in that need for more and more and more. So that is it for today's video, 7 ways to change your life. I really hope that you took something from this video, and I just want to finish things off here by saying thank you so much for being here. Just being here in the online world, here on my channel, saying hello and leaving comments, and I am really looking forward to 2020, and that is it. I will see you in the next one.